Happy leap year, everybody.
Happy leap year.
It's a once in 4 year stream. We're going to have Dr. Lena Rodriguez join us later, and I believe Dr. Victoria Skirbo is going to join us. But thank you to Autumn, Ona, and Lori and Johnny for joining me for leap year.
Thanks for having us. Thanks for asking.
The top row survived the tornadoes Tuesday night. Yay!
I'm just glad everybody. That was pretty gnarly.
It was one of the scariest storms I've been through in the basement with the kitties. So, anybody got announcements? Autumn's live every day, 365 days of the year on Black and Orange Tarot.
366 days of the year this year.
This year, yeah, that's right.
I'm going to be with an astrologer named Lorraine, who made her YouTube debut with Susan Lin, and I'm going to be doing a video with her Saturday. She's going to do a deep dive on President Biden's chart.
Awesome.
So that's going to be fun.
That sounds like a lot of fun. And what day is that?
Saturday.
Okay, awesome.
And Johnny and I are going to be live with Susan Lin Monday night at 7 Central, 8 Eastern.
I saw that.
Sacred Sounds of Coffee tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Central Time with Gail. And Petty Boots Sunday night on my channel at 7 Central Time.
Woohoo!
Must see YouTube. TV. But no, I never miss the Petty Boots Club. It's awesome. I know most of you who are watching, you've seen it. That's why you're here. But don't miss Petty Boots Club. Must see TV YouTube with these.
Especially when Johnny gets the giggles.
or starts pulling things out of his shirt. That floored me that one time.
Or the shirt over his head.
He does it all the time. I can't get comfy. Miss Lucy, I'm going to need you to move so we can do some readings.
Look at her.
No, the top row here, Mary, is all in Illinois. So we all went through the tornadoes the other night. Hi, Lucy.
There was a rare, never occurring multiple tornadoes in February in the Midwest. Like, it was just crazy lightning everywhere. I will post the lightning shots I have. It's just short videos because, it's not safe.
It was incessant. And yeah, I'm amazed at the people that would go out trying to film the tornado and all that lightning. I'm like, you're going to get struck by lightning. Get back in.
Mm-hmm.
It was crazy.
Wow.
Oh, we got Bella joining us
We're
now.
glad that you're all safe.
Yeah.
Hello, Katie.
First thing I wanted to look at was the House Republicans are calling on Mike Johnson to not invite Biden to give the State of the Union, which, we got Lena's here.
Oh, hey.
Hey, Lena.
There she is.
Hi, guys.
Dr. Lena.
So cool. What a good idea, organizing this.
We're so happy to see you.
You're already in March, aren't you?
You're already into
I'm
it.
so into March. I've been in this time warp for
It's
3
so
days
yesterday.
where I don't know what day it is. And
It kind of does feel like that, right? It really is some kind of warp that we have to sort of adjust to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You know,
now, go on.
I hesitate to do a live stream midweek because I like to save questions for Sunday night. And I'm like, oh gosh, is enough going to happen that I'll have enough questions for Sunday night and tonight? And it's like, ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom.
Yeah, it's like that sometimes, eh? And then, inundated. It's kind of good having this chance for all of us to have a rave and with the public and stuff. It's great.
We may repeat some questions Sunday night. I don't know, take a deeper dive or something. But so our first question I was getting to, House Republicans are calling on Mike Johnson to not invite Biden to give the State of the Union, which, under the presidential things, it says the president shall, deliver, a State of the Union. He doesn't really have to depend on him, but that would be like the lowest of the low if Mike Johnson doesn't send the invitation.
But
So
he did send it.
Did he send it?
Yeah, he sent it a long time ago. Everybody was mad because it was going to be after Super Tuesday. Right?
Yeah, because it's on March 8th or whatever that Thursday is, I think.
Yeah, I'm going to grab my phone.
Is it on? Yeah.
But how will Biden's State of the Union go?
Yeah.
Will there be disruptions and crap? Or remember MTG in her fur coat last year?
How can we
Cru-
forget?
Cruella de Dum.
Yeah.
You know what? Let me do this.
Hold on, I need more cards. I'll be back.
Need more coffee for these guys. It's getting jacked up a little.
So I'm sorry, repeat the question. How will it go?
How will Joe Biden's State of the Union go?
What's he supposed
Yeah,
to uninvite him?
You know what? I think they're just trying to get any loophole, right? Because it might say by invitation in a formal invitation kind of thing, and they're just, I don't know. Can we say dicks?
I love how they keep saying he should do executive action, for the border. It's like you guys had the most advanced border control bill you chose not to bring to the floor, idiots.
Yeah, someone's just said NBC Mike Johnson invites Biden to deliver State of the Union on March 7th.
Thank you, Cece, for checking on that.
So the State of the Union is on March 7th?
Yeah, after Super Tuesday.
I can go if it's
Absolutely.
What's happening?
okay. What I've got is the bratty children are running the asylum. It's just they're just obnoxious, and it just feels like brats. Just they run around, they yell, they're trying to disrupt things, and they make themselves look like fools. It's really just like grow up, and they'll just complain and then try to make a mess of things, but then the whole time they're just stirring things up. It feels worse than normal.
What you getting, Una?
I just started pulling. It looks like it's going to be okay. I really am in fear of Biden braiding a few words together to create a sentence, let alone a paragraph. I've got they're standing in line, right? There's the State of the Union. That's being left out. So there's going to be some editing that we're never going to see. Leap of faith. So, and the fool here is trying to be comedic, but he's also holding on to structure, right? And then everybody's happy. 3 of Cups, and then the lovers. So he did a good job, but they also did a good job of editing what they think is appropriate for us to witness.
What you getting, Lena?
Yeah, not marvelous cards for it. Look, they're out to get him, and he's very vulnerable at this round. This is the 10 of Swords. He's vulnerable this round because he either, depending what he says, either loses the Muslim vote or the Jewish vote, or young people, and he's very vulnerable. The knives are out. This is very, very important. However, what I get here is he manages to get it together on some level to convey the message. I think he'll be quite emotional. And so the question becomes, will that work for him or against him? Some people will reject that emotion and compassion. Others will sort of sit on it in a ways, but I think in the big picture, it'll be a wait and see further down the track. But I don't think this is going to be the most luminous and stimulating experience in recent American history.
What you getting, Lori?
Well, I got Lena's Ten of Swords, unfortunately, as well. So I do think, like Autumn said, and as well, that's there's some misbehaving because I've got the moon here too. But for the most part, he will get some standing ovations. Yeah. He'll get some people standing and clapping. And I think he comes out as he may have a slow start or something, but I feel like he does good in the end.
Yeah.
What you getting, Johnny?
I do get some nostalgia for maybe a horrible woman here who has vengeful words and things of that nature. So there'll be I don't want to say disruption because I don't have the power or anything like that, but there's somebody there that wants attention in the worst way possible. But I do get that he makes a very, very good case to the audience about another 4 years, because there's the slow and steady wins the race type thing. And so he can now tout his accomplishments, and we've done this and this and this and this and this, and it's not over, but it will be if he's not in there for another 4 years. So that's kind of the way they do it, do half the things that they would do carefully the first 4 years, and then they can throw caution to the wind the next 4 years because they don't have to run again. And so that's where they can find the big things and the executive orders and da-da-da-da. So he's trying. I think he will make a good case despite all this.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of problems because something's coming up in court that day that's making the Republicans feel defensive, putting them on the defense, and they're going to be rowdy and teaming up and causing total disruption and chaos, trying to delay and burden the speech, not letting him get everything out that he wants to. But what gets a light shined on it is the growth of powerful women, getting, if he talks about abortion rights and in vitro rights and all those things, that is going to get a lot of growth for him. And I get it. It shines a light on him in a positive way to help him get to the lighthouse. What I get for Republicans is it makes them look like idiots and causes a lot of more change for them.
Yeah.
So maybe a lot more seats changing. Wow. So Melania supposedly is going to start campaigning with Trump. Is she going to charge Trump more money than Stormy Daniels to campaign with him?
Is this rumor? Is this conjecture? What is this?
So, Trump said it himself that she was going to start campaigning with him. So, he lies all the time. So, but I want to know, is he paying her more than he paid Stormy for her to go on the road with him?
How much was the original thing? It was only 135,000 or something, wasn't it? The original only. I mean, you know what I mean.
For one visit. For one visit.
Not worth it. It's
for one spanking session.
Couple of swats with a magazine.
But also, would you want Melania there, like scowling and snarling and just looking daggers at him? Is this an asset?
Will he pay her more? Will he pay her?
more? Will he
Well-
pay her more than Stormy?
Well, it's come out. It's come out that basically she spent, when she finally got to the White House, she spent a huge amount of her time with her lawyers going over her assets, her prenup, and her postnup agreement.
Mm.
She is heavy duty earth signs, and she is a materialist of
Yeah.
the lowest order. She got into this. She's even in like magazines back in the day. She'd say, "Well, yes, of course I married him for his money, and he married me for my looks, and it's
Yeah.
just that's just how it is." So
And she was right.
and she went into this knowing that, and
Yeah.
she's had good lawyers, and she's sitting. I think there's a trust somewhere for her and
she gets
Darren.
paid per visit too, doesn't she? Like, doesn't she get it paid like every time she shows up? And that's why we haven't seen her for a while. I mean,
I don't know.
she has a contract to.
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely under contract. If she's how many times she has to show up and where and she's going to take him for whatever he has left, or try to. But I'm still wondering in the back of my head if the trust that he's been paying into, if that can be seized as one of something that is in Donald's family or something of Donald's. But that's a different question. Is she going to make more money than Stormy Daniels? Oh heck yeah! Oh heck yeah!
Yeah.
She's been planning this for years. So yeah.
What you getting, Lena?
Well, yeah, I think she's going to get paid appearance fees. Right? It'll be rated like how often, but also does she wave and go? Does she hang around for an hour and a half? I think everything she does she hold his hairy paw? Everything, I think, will be quantified. And I think she's going to bump up the price as things move on with this Chariot, right? I think they're going to start somewhere and it's only going to go up. You know, he better hope she doesn't actually speak, because she could actually down him in a nanosecond with something that almost carelessly she lets slip or something, because once she's part of the picture again, there will be interviews and things, but she has the Tweety birds. She has the dirt. She has the goss.
I'd love to hear her call him the wrong name.
That's right.
What you getting, Lori?
I do feel that she has leverage. She has
Yeah.
the leverage. And I've got that same page. That was your Page of Swords, right, Lena?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's telling them they're trying to outthink and maneuver each other. So there's some shady stuff going on there, but she has the leverage. She's got it.
Yeah. I got that same card, 9 of Pentacles.
Thank you, Carol. What you getting, Nona? Oh, you're muted.
Follow the bouncing ball, okay? Or balls. Hi, Dr. Vicky. Follow the
Hello,
bouncing balls,
everyone.
okay? So she's got him by the right,
The orange curlies.
okay, and then she's feeding off of this
Mm.
meal ticket. Look at this. So she's got it buried in Baron. Look at follow the red ball.
Mm.
The crow gives it to the page. She's got it tied in. She's got a great lawyer. Powerful.
Hi, Dr. Vicky. We're reading on is because Trump said Melania is going to be campaigning with him. So we're reading on, is she getting paid more than Stormy Daniels? Johnny, what'd you get?
Yes.
Oh my
Yeah, the price goes up too here with the 6 of Pentacles and the Star. The longer you keep her out there, the more it's going to cost.
Yeah.
I do think too that the price of this goes up because of mishaps. There is something here about like maybe her speechwriter or someone who knows a little bit better. But this is her warning. And she doesn't speak very clearly to begin with. But she also, you remember the whole Michelle Obama, let me borrow your speech thing? I think we may have some reminiscence of that. I don't have the Seven of Swords here or anything like that, but the speaking part is her warning part. And then this is in her environment to where she will regret such a thing. This will not go over well, the speaking part. And so I think when she gets out there and then she has the bad stories and she looks stupid and all that type of stuff, then she gets angry, and then that's why the price goes up. It's like, well, if you want me to keep doing this, then, and mind you, it's campaign money, so they don't care.
Yeah.
Yes, there is more.
I've not seen her in a long
Studied.
time.
I have a lot of the same cards. Victory on getting paid more than Stormy. Stormy had to bully, to get her money. And here's Trump the loser. He's showing up for me as the Five of Cups instead of the Fool card. And here's Melania sitting pretty financially, and Stormy, because he was running for the White House, she was bullying him. She got paid a little bit, and I'm getting Melania. Yeah, it will cost more as they go along, and surprise, it costs a lot to get Melania. And I have that sort of truth too. She's gonna let slip something.
Yeah.
At some point, she's got to.
Gonna let a truth be known.
Yeah. She's got her money wrapped up really nicely.
Yeah. And this is her job for the next 10 months, right?
Dr. Vicky, can I impose on you a minute to talk about Leap Day astrologically? So let's say if you're 60 years old today, you're really only 15 because you only have a birthday every 4 years.
Right.
How does that work astrologically? Are there anything?
No, it makes no difference. It makes no difference because the leap year helps to make the calendar work. It has nothing to do with the astrology, but it does give people born on the 29th a reason to be childish, really, or young at heart, right? But actually, astrologically, it doesn't make a difference.
It's a math problem.
It is. It's a correction. It's like a math correction because there's 360 degrees in the zodiac and there's 365 days. So they have to do something to fix it.
Yeah.
But don't ask me how, because I don't do math in my head or anywhere else for that matter.
They have to remath it at some point.
Yeah.
Back to political questions. Trump offers up $100 million on his $450 million bond he was supposed to pay, plus interest. So it was actually $550. And there's TrumpDebtCount.com or something. I think Lucky Girl's been posting that in the chat. You can go to it and you watch it every second at like his debt rising. The interest that keeps going up every day. It's like $112,000 a day. He has an interest. More than most of us make in a year, right? I want to know if somebody's going to help him, because he obviously doesn't have it, to only offer up a fourth of what he owes, or actually a fifth of what he owes. Is somebody going to help him come up with the balance? That had to hurt him admitting I don't have the money.
Yeah. In the chat, Joe says, did anyone read on Nikki Haley calling for a vote on the GOP not paying Trump's legal bills?
Ooh. There have been several that have brought it up in the Senate, I think, trying to get the RNC to quit paying his legal bills.
Someone bail him out.
I knew you were going to be like this.
Because he only has till the 25th, and he's got the 89 million with E. Jean Carroll, the first 5 million plus the other 83 and change.
Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah, he's hoping to get money from Truth Social in time to pay it.
Also,
I can
business
go
transaction necessarily, but there is an offer made by some guy here. It's loaded with pitfalls though, so
Yes.
keep that in mind too. There is something around working around laws and regulations and things of that nature. So this is anticipation of him getting back into office, which means it's a bigger thing than just loaning him money. It's also helping him cheat, because that's the only way you're going to get him back in. Because he literally could not beat Biden. If Biden started talking in reverse, he still couldn't beat him. So it's not a good idea, but I'm not his priest nor his wife, so you do what you want to do.
Who wants to go next?
I get he gets money from Ivanka. 3 of Cups. How many kids he has? And from that series. And then Princess of Cups. This kind of looks like her a little bit. There's that wedding band in there. And then 2 of Cups. So if it is, it's family, and it's not within the network that, the channel that he's supposed to be going through. This might be coming from an outside source that.
Maybe Tiffany and her billionaire husband.
Oh, maybe.
Yes, I thought.
Maybe.
Wants to go next?
I'll go.
Okay.
I think it's going to be Elon Musk because I get the inventor.
Interesting.
And I also feel that Trump has secrets. He has some sexual secrets. And he's going to threaten someone that I've got it all. I've got it all. And we also, Orban's coming to visit. There's the magician going to go to Mar-a-Lago. And then he also has secrets that involve a woman. Says the Queen of Wands is here. So I think he's going to tell them, look, I've got the mother load on you. I'm going to let everybody know what you did if you don't give me the money. So I think it's a couple of different people, at least 3.
Ooh. Should I?
Yeah, absolutely.
Strangely, I'm even looking at the cards, but the feeling that is there's an interruption there because he may have assets right now, but he's got so many cases coming against him, and he can only he has to keep everybody happy money wise, and his lawyers going and paying what he owes, and it is a massive amount, and it just keeps coming and coming and coming, and he just I think there's going to be, I don't think he can keep up with all of it. That's what's jumping out at me, because then there's something else. There's another person suing. There's another case, and it's just overwhelmed. And what I pick up is he may run out of options. He may try to get money overseas, or try to get it from his family, or he already made his children mortgage their own homes. So he had this cushion of cash so he could keep this huge loan at a decent rate. But I keep getting this energy of disruption where he can't quite make it all work. That's what I get.
Yeah. What you getting, Dr. Vicky?
I get Russia, Putin. This is the Empress.
Back channel.
Then I get the Emperor, which could still be that, right? Or maybe Saudi. Now I know they're probably, well, I guess they could help him pay off this debt. I mean, who has that kind of money, right? Then we get the Nine of Wands, which there's he's like fighting against the like this is his last fight. But then the next two cards is the Hermit and Death. So even if I think if he goes that route, he's like done. I think he's done anyway, but I feel like yeah, I think he'll just go to Putin. And I think that's why the Republicans are dragging their feet on this stuff. Because he says, well, if you can let your Republican guys, not fund this Ukrainian war, I'll look better. And I'll give you the money you need. Because he's like definitely one of the richest people in the world, right? And he is an emperor in his way. And suddenly he doesn't look so feeble as that they made us believe that he was feeble and that he was going to die any minute. He looks pretty healthy to me. But I do think I think they're both, I think their fortunes are tied, and I think they'll both go down together, honestly. Yeah, I don't know if that's from the cards or just my opinion, so I'll put that caveat in there.
Yeah.
Lena, did you go?
No, I haven't gone yet. I think it'll be a mishmash of pulling it together. Different energy, because he still does know enough sort of uber billionaires, including some of them, who can lose 100 or 200 mil and he might get in. They're not ardent supporters, but they're thinking, like that. Then he's got other people. This is the deviant moon deck. If you can see that figure and that the energy of this is saying to me, I'll give it to you this time, but don't ask me again. Right? And you see the lesser figure with the fingers in the ears. It's like that. Someone else comes in as a fixer. Look at this spanner, right? Mother and baby. Now, one of you guys mentioned Ivana, or I like that Tiffany option or something. There's a mother and baby energy here. I mean, I doubt it's Melania. So someone else in the family, or it could just be symbolic of family. Like, you see what I mean? He's getting it from, emirs and oligarchs and all of this. I think he just brings it together with temperance. But the last card was the Seven of Pentacles. And in this deck, there's the money, but the tree that provides the money is cut and now bleeding. In other words, he might get away with one more round of this, but they're not going to step in again.
Johnny, did you go?
Yes.
Everybody gone?
Yeah.
I have Trump the fool and Trump the loser. I don't think he's going to get it. I do get that there's like a businessman and a businesswoman that are going to try to balance out the difference that he owes. I do think the woman is from overseas somewhere, so I don't know who that is. But he's very anxious and in talks with them. Somebody's trying to manipulate things to get the money to him. But I think ultimately they have to walk away, and it's the end of his image as a wealthy man. I think in the courts, they change it and they start impounding properties. So I think ultimately he's the loser. I don't think he's going to get it.
Because the other thing that's relevant here, he's always been fast and loose with other people's money. I can see a scenario of, I just mean as Lena speaking now, not any great psychic revelation, where he gets 120 mil from someone or something, and then he blows it, because he's actually hopeless with money. He would hate to go spend all that political capital getting it and then give it to the court. He's going to hate that. So he could actually blow it himself.
Well, even if he comes up with the 550 million, he still has, almost 100 million more he's got to come up with for E. Jean Carroll. I can see him like just disregarding that. But he could lose properties over that too. So even if he covers one and can't cover them both, he's in jeopardy.
Yeah, they changed the name. Change the name. Eugene Carroll Tower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's try asking it this way, just to kind of confirm. Let's ask it: will Letitia James start getting his properties?
Okay, yeah, good one.
Let's ask it that way. Will Letitia James get Trump properties?
Oh my
Thank
God.
you to Sharon Sipe and Lucky Girl in there posting links to all your all's channels for me.
Thank you.
Oh, they're doing a great job.
I'm sure a lot of it is, I feel like a lot of it is depressed property. It's not maintained or taken care of. There's no on site, just like a remote management.
We may have to do Lori's question next because there's a lawsuit now regarding Truth Social merger, so that could stop him from getting the Truth Social money.
I don't think it's generating any money, is it? I think it's costing money.
Mhm. I just got something odd. I agree. Well, you're all so good. You're such good readers. But Lena, I agree. I completely agree about him trying to pull from different areas to try to get money or what have you. But what I've got here is he is so disgusted that he would have to be held accountable, that he would have to pay up. I mean, who on earth makes a counter offer to a judge who just ruled against them? A
The great
counter offer.
negotiator. The great
That's-
negotiator. That's who does it. The great negotiator.
A dumb one.
I-
No, this is not a thing. Anyway,
Right.
what I'm getting in when it comes to Eugene Carroll, I think he might try to sue her.
There's the property.
I'm
Oh,
not saying
that'd
it
be
would
right.
get anywhere. I'm not saying it would get anywhere. I'm just saying that she hurt him, and he's like, well, I'll do something and I'll hurt her.
yeah, that's how
And it
he
just
thinks.
makes it worse for himself.
Yeah.
But he doesn't think straight. He's not going to come to his senses. He's just not. He's going to be awful. And yeah, he would do something stupid like that. He'll do
See that because
anything
he's
to delay.
vindictive. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's so vindictive. What you get known as Letitia getting his properties?
Yeah, I am. He's reluctant to give them, but there she is. That's the first card. There's Letitia looking out the window there. And there's going to be in the Knight of Cups, so an offer of something different, an alternative method. Here's Four of Wands. Here's your house, buddy. There's the Four of Wands. The Emperor, which would be him. Outside in the cold, 4 cups or 5 of cups. That see, Giblets agrees. He needs to put some pants on. He doesn't have them anymore. What happened to your pants, Donnie?
Hi, Giblets. What you getting, Lena?
Yeah, well, Queen of Cups led it off, which in this context is, I think, Letitia James. She's much more warrior-like normally, but she's going for the emotional heartland now, right? The World card. She might well start with the stupid overseas golf courses or something like that, you know, some of his holdings off the mainland. He's done like a goose in economic terms here, but she is determined. She's got her telescope out and she's looking at every one of these boats, and one by one she's going to haul them in, sink them to the bottom of the ocean or whatever. She has her eye on the prize, but she knows it emotionally. This is the first time he's been wounded to this extent, even by the threat of that.
What you getting, Lori?
I do think that she will get her hands on something. I do. I really do. I get Hierophant, World, Ace of Pentacles, and this makes something a wash. So
Hmm.
we'll take this. I do think he's going to come up with the majority of the money, but she gets a wash of something. There's something that one thing balances out another.
He's in a business negotiation. Okay, if he comes up with 250 million, how many properties do I get to keep? What you
Yeah,
getting,
but
Johnny?
also we're going to see what proportion of all these famous properties he actually owns, and I think
There
that's
you
going to
go.
be a revelation.
I agree.
Because he's leveraged at the wazoo. That's the whole
Yeah.
business model.
Yeah.
I just want to throw in just really quickly earlier when I was saying him suing her. For some reason I was getting Letitia James, E. Jean Carroll, and especially women, but anybody and everybody.
Yep.
It won't go anywhere, but you just delay.
What you getting, Johnny?
If a deal is not reached, that's the first part. There is some victory there. There may be some negotiations here around, I don't want to say settlement, but I won't yank everything you have all at once, but you will still have to pay me. But it lingers on. Coming after a lot of stuff that the family has personally, not just assets like Ten of Pentacles. It's like there's more to this than just $486 million type thing, because this goes on for some time and they eventually will get to the other side, but you got to go through all that first. And so when she sees his property, I don't think it'll be necessary if time is given. If she wants it all tonight, then yes, but if you'll let him pay it in installments like layaway, then you'll be all right.
Yeah, I don't see all the big name properties going quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you getting, Vicky?
The first thing I got was the Hermit. So I think there's some hidden assets that maybe they won't be able to touch. But then I get Justice, right there, and then the King of Pentacles. So it's gonna hurt, right? It's gonna hurt, but I feel like when they get down to it, he doesn't own that much. I don't think those properties are worth anything. I think they're leveraged. I think a lot of things have his name on it, but wasn't that the whole point of Ivanka's big idea to sell the name? And that's what people were paying for. So that can't be good, because you might as well call it. Well, I was going to say something. You're not allowed to curse, right? We can't curse.
Yeah.
You can curse.
I think it was the Young Turks that had a thing that we're talking about Trump's brand name, like the properties that have his name on it, how they decreased in value faster than the regular real estate market.
It's true.
His brand name is worthless now.
I should do a search. I'm going to do a search and see what.
Yeah.
Letitia James has the strength in this. The businessman Trump can't come up with the money. This is my pack your bags. You're moving out of Trump Tower. I think Trump Tower's the first thing she wants. I think something right there in the middle of Manhattan. I think that she's going to secure something, through the courts here, and he's separated out and running his company, but the business, the work, done. So I think she uses her power in the courts, and I think she does get it.
It would match everything else that's happening, because the things he cherishes the most is what he's currently losing: his money, his fame, his popularity. Not his kids; they're still not his grandchildren, not even his health. It's his money, his fame, his popularity. That's what's leaking.
Did you notice how many people pulled 9 or 10 of swords? At least. Okay. I just said it out loud.
Yes.
And I have a whole new thing of popcorn. It's a great big thing of kernels. It's just ready.
I gotta get some chocolate.
I like Johnny's cards, the rainbow and the devil.
Remember what they pulled for him on Fox News, of all places, was the 5 of Cups, and that's his 2024. is what they were pulling that card for, and here it is. It's happening.
He's been showing up for me for how long, Johnny? Now about 5-6 months as the Five of Cups, the loser, over and over, and he was always the fool.
I always forget about that Fox News reading, and it fills me with delight every time I'm reminded of it.
Well, we got to talk about the Supreme Court, right? That was the biggest news, I think, of yesterday. Taking on his immunity case.
I haven't got enough Valium. Look,
Seriously, right?
There's a doctor in the room.
Clarence Thomas, whose wife was involved in January 6th, is going to make it, be on this without recusing himself. It's all just insane. It's all just insane. But Judge Chuck, what's her name? Chutkan down in D.C. has already said, well, we were going to start 88 days after this, but you're going to have enough time. So as soon as they make a decision, we're rolling. We're going into the court case. Will they have the trial before the election? Will they have the Judge Chutkan, Jack Smith trial before the election?
ouch.
This is the documents case.
No, this is the January
Insurrection case.
Insurrection.
Write it down.
I mean,
Your Excel spreadsheet out.
which case is it again?
Yeah.
That's sad.
Will it happen?
Quick question. If he falls ill,
Yes.
will they continue with the trial?
Yeah, I would think so.
I mean,
He's
it's
not
it's
doctor,
alive.
he is
tonsillitis or a much more severe condition, like. What are you
As long as
thinking?
he's alive, if he dies, they would have to drop the case.
Yeah. He could be on a respirator. I think they could still do it.
I would
Okay.
trip over that cord.
He doesn't have to be in
Oh,
court
no.
for the.
Well, they have that would be fine because they have enough to get the rest of the scoundrels.
Oh God! Oh my God!
Meadows is chirping like a bird, so
I
Yeah.
do feel he is going to be on
Tweet.
life support at some point. I really do.
Well, please tell me I am wrong, and I will be happy. I don't have justice here. I don't have sword cards. I just have a lot of stuff about money.
Mm.
That's it. That's upset. But please tell me I am completely wrong. I will say thank you.
The same cards.
Yeah.
Which cards did you get on him? I'm sorry. I put my head down on my own cards.
Oh, I was just getting. I don't have justice. I don't have sword cards. I just have a whole lot of money and upset.
Okay.
That's all I've got.
Well, what I've got here, it starts with will they or won't they, and the moon, massively unclear. I think that might be talking about even if they start it, it then runs into that conventional date where you're not supposed to have trials of candidates and stuff, and the right will say, witch hunt, it'll be ugly. I think this is why the Supreme Court judgment, which is here, is such an unmitigated disaster because it's simply too close. It's too messy. It would be like if they started the stupid Biden impeachment trial in October or something. The Dems wouldn't like it. The problem is it feeds into that narrative. then I think that will expand the craziness leading into the election. So I'm not getting fabulous vibe off these.
Get Lori.
Did Ona go?
No, I didn't go. Do you want to go? Are you still looking? And
No, I mean I've got the moon card. I think Autumn had the moon card too.
And I did as well.
and so
Okay,
did
yeah.
Dr. Luna, yeah.
And I just think there's just going to be, wolves howling at the moon. And when the temperance card is on its side, for me, that means something doesn't match up. There's opportunity, but the dates don't, or the people don't, or the opinions or the dissents don't. But then I do have the Ace of Swords as the
Good.
outcome card. So that, and the Chariot's not too far underneath that. So I have some hope, but man, it would be really, it would really be something if they could pull it off. But I have hope. I mean, I do. I have hope.
Get Nona.
I get that there's a sudden change that changes the course of what's going to happen. And so, Eight of Cups kind of trying to walk away from the situation, and Queen of Swords. So I'm going to put this as check-in and the situation. Then the universe, like a sudden change, left out in the cold. Five of Pentacles. That's after everything starts and stops over again. So, maybe he'll exit in some platform. Earth's, maybe, I don't know. Moving away.
Oh, sorry, Yona. What was that?
Moving away. I got the Fool and the Six of Swords. So leaving town.
Maybe Rudy will swing by in that little motorhome and pick him up and take him out.
Oh, he's got like a pontoon boat. Oh, how much fun is he going to have?
He'll be towing a little golf cart in the back.
Yeah.
Thelma and Louise.
Whooping golf. Oh,
If I had to think just yes, no, I would say yes, it will. But everything is around. There has to be something going on beforehand, because for those learning tarot, be open to your cards not answering your question,
Yes,
because
good
it is showing you something more important.
Yeah.
You can ask it again, but it's saying, hey, look at this. There's a prerequisite, or there's something more important, or there's something going alongside this that is also equally important. So let me show you this first. There's something around money and gifts and grifting and things of that nature, something that he wants to have grow. It does not grow very well. There is also something that he is trying to sit out but can't. And so hence maybe the stalling tactics or something like that may start. There is some simultaneous things, like, let's say, for instance, he's sick and can't make it, but he's having a party at Mar-a-Lago at the same time. So there's a whole bunch of things that are going on here that need a lot of attention, other than just will it go on at the same time. But yes, he doesn't get his way. That's in the warning, so he will have to go to court, I do believe.
What you getting, Dr. Vicky?
First was the Eight of Pentacles, which is prudence in this deck. It's a Virgo card. So Virgo always says to me, don't give up, just keep trying. Then I get the Three of Swords. So somebody's upset. Now, of course, we're all upset, so that could be us.
could be.
The Nine of Cups, getting your wish. Is that us or him? Then I get the Sun, which to me says full illumination. I think the problem, and then after that, the Six of Pentacles, which is the balancing, right, of the scales. So I do think that one of the reasons he is so dead to rights, guilty, that's why they're doing this. They're saying, because it would probably take a week for Jack Smith to prove that he was guilty,
Mm.
right? The only problem is they got to get people. They have to get a jury and all that stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Due
Right.
process.
So that's the thing. But dead to rights, he's guilty. And honestly, I'm not even sure he's going to get to the election.
I agree.
I
I've
think
always
that's- I
had
think that's
that in my back brain.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's why
Bring it
he's
forward.
not
Until
going
he
anywhere.
isn't. I don't see him in November, December.
I know. You shut your eyes. He's not there. He's not there. I know. I don't either. I don't.
Becca and I kept getting a woman would run in the
Okay.
Republican.
Yeah.
So
Haley.
there's some delays, but there's a different perspective of how we have to look at what's going on. I get Judge Chutkan is complete victory on that. I get it brings strength to Biden during the election. And I I've always seen Trump locked up in a insane asylum with a straight jacket on.
Mm.
And I think he's
Dinosaurs.
either separated out and put away, or he is unalive.
Mhm.
Yeah, a lot of swords. There's a lot of cognitive stuff going on.
And
And
I get the
also-
women come out
sorry.
and vote, for Biden, but it would not surprise me if he just goes nuts or claims to have gone nuts, and they, instead of putting him in prison, put him in a mental hospital somewhere.
Oh, I got a nice one here for him.
Can I
Well-
come and wait on him?
In Australia, where I hang out with quite a few lawyers in different ways, but defense lawyers, when your client's done something really bad, they're being charged with a really heavy crime, the first thing you do is you order a psychological evaluation and you start building that case, Your Honor. I'm sorry, he didn't know what he was doing. I'm sorry, he can't be held responsible at this stage given his condition. That you start building that case. Now, because he's going for president, they've obviously held back on all that. But when push comes to shove, I'm talking September, October, and the case might be, I think his people are going to go down that route.
They have to. It's part of the criteria for the examination. The whole physical is the cognitive test. I mean, not even one of them is going to pass.
Well, the other thing is that's a notional physical, right? No one's going to look at a presidential candidate, love him or hate him, and rule him out because he has high blood pressure, rule him out after a passing psychological test. I think it's it's a pretend thing, generally. But this, I think, he'll have no defense except this by the very end. And that in itself will send him over the edge.
Yeah.
Which is what Roy Cohn got his mafia people to do, to try to stay out of jail. Oh, I'm insane.
Yeah.
Well,
It's standard stuff, It's not highbrow law or anything. It's what you go to.
Biden just had his physical, and the doctor did not feel that he needed a mental evaluation.
Well,
And
Trump
that's
probably
fine,
wants
but
you to
it's
take the
meaningless
right
if you're on the other side, just like it is if Trump passed,
He knows what a man in a camera look like too. So.
Yeah.
Person, book, Bible.
But only if it's in the room with him. Woman, man, camera. That's how it has to be in front of him. Then he knows what it is.
Remember,
God.
Amy LaPierre had a defense of he can't sit for trial because his brain is shrinking, and he got convicted anyway. Well, not convicted, but found guilty.
Oh yes, that's right. I forgot about Wayne LaPierre's shrinking brain.
Yeah, that's Letitia James is going to have quite the resume when she's done with these Republicans. I love that woman. Girl from
Does
Brooklyn.
anyone know the answer to this? Is it which of these court cases, is it Jack Smith or Tanya Chutkan or Fani Willis, does he have to sit every day in the court? Because that has not happened. He's gone, I'll go today, I won't go today. When does he have to sit through it?
It's the criminal cases.
Yeah.
He has to sit there every single day.
Right.
I know
So-
Fonnie Willis, he has to.
Yeah,
Awesome.
hers
Which
is
are the other
starting in
ones that are
August.
criminal? I guess the only other one that's criminal is the Tanya Chutkin one criminal?
Yeah, that's felonies.
Okay, all right. So I think that one and Fonnie Willis. If they ever
Well,
stop bugging her.
I think even the Florida one, the documents case, I think is even criminal. But that one, you know,
That's
got
going to happen.
Cannon
That's going to
delayed.
happen in 2026, I think.
it'll happen when they get Cannon off the case.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
That will
my
be
thoughts were
winning that case, is getting rid of her. That's really what that's about. I'm
my
sorry.
thoughts were Jack wanted this DC case with Chutkin to go through and all the way through, and then he would start indicting other people that were in the game, like the Mark Meadows and everybody that Fonnie Willis has already indicted on conspiracy and RICO. Will Jack Smith start speeding up other indictments? Because so far he has only indicted Trump,
Yeah,
other
good
than the
point.
Florida documents case with Nauta and Pool Boy, Olivier.
Now, in
Olivier.
fairness, isn't that what he was brought on to do? Was just that
He was brought on to investigate the whole
Jan 6?
situation. So if there's like other people, I think he has the backing to go after other people. He just
Because
chose
it's like
to-
Mueller, he was brought in to investigate a thing and then passed everything off to other people.
But I think because the witnesses, a lot of the witnesses, like he needs, like if they agreed to witness against Trump to avoid getting indicted themselves, well, that can now be at play now because the case isn't happening on time. Is he going to start indicting up anyone else?
Yeah, good question. People are saying in the chat, the Alvin Bragg Stormy case is criminal. Constance says every remaining case is criminal, meaning he has to sit in. He's had the Eugene Carroll where he didn't have to present.
I forgot that Alvin Bragg is criminal. It's
The
campaign
same
finance.
with Angara.
Thank you, Constance.
Thanks.
That's March 25th.
He's going to spend the rest of his days in court.
So Jack Smith.
Going to speed up any indictments for other people based on this Supreme Court delay.
I see him moving forward. The problem is it's not here. It's a little then there. That's the problem I'm having. Even though what these people did was heinous, and this has been going on for far too long. They're sitting right there. It's like they're right there. They're right there, right there, right there. You can't miss them. But and I mean, I've got. But I see, people see him going after them. These big names and their supposed victory. But then I do have, all right, let's move it for those people who so far feel very entitled and will start spilling their secrets. But this is the end. This is over there. It is most vexing.
What you get, Nona?
I have that he has the ability to. We have the magician. Kind of looks like him, right? When you get out of the shower.
The magician's often my Jack Smith card.
Is it? And he has to pick and choose. He's prioritizing. And if you look close, it's almost like, is he pouring gasoline on something? No, he's got it soft. So he's got the ability to, but he's got to pick and choose. And I have 6 of Swords. Next is kind of like some of it is getting blown off, I feel.
Mm.
What you getting, Lena?
Well, yeah, flying out of the blocks and then a stall. So kicked off with Ace of Swords, King of Swords. I thought awesome. And I think that's what he's thinking about as we speak. You know, he's very cool, ice in the veins, but I think the prosecutor part of him would like to. But if he does, there's some terrible price that will sort of come back, causing confusion all round. Then it comes down to the money, not in terms of Jack Smith, but the people whose names are on those prepared documents. They're going to be doing their best, using every bit of influence to stall it by talking with others and doing deals. So I think I'm thinking about it as I'm saying it. I think he might be going to threaten them and say, okay, now we've been sabotaged by the Supreme Court. I'm going to go for it. And that causes all these ructions. That's what I get. I don't think this Ten of Swords is news to him. You know, like he knows.
Yeah. He may end up sending target letters out to a bunch of people. Thank you, Rose.
Yeah, doing something
Yeah.
to stir the hornet's nest, but I think it's deliberate. I don't think it's just a reflex, you know.
I agree. I totally agree. I think he got sidelined with some things, and the group cannot continue on the original work. So he'll pick up his tools and he'll work on the others. And I do think that there will be a light shown upon that, and we'll hear the announcements of the names. So I do think he's got the goods. I mean, he has the information. He just has to work. And this is a lot of work. That guy, man.
Yeah, he doesn't sleep.
What you getting, Johnny?
The things he knows, who would sleep?
Yeah.
Right?
No kidding.
He knows the truth.
No, I think he is playing his cards wisely. He's holding back something here. The action is being held back. I think that he gets what he wants, though, so that may not be necessary. So there is some sort of, well, he knows what he's doing, so there's that. So I think he gets what he wants, and so he doesn't have to throw the sticks out just yet.
What you getting, Vicky?
Well, the first card I got was Anguish.
Yeah.
Anguish. Then I got Reincarnation, which is about the past. So I know what you did last summer. The Cosmos, I know what you all did last summer. Grief. And then this is called Transient, but it's about taking the steps. They're all going down. They're all going down. He's just waiting. He has it all figured out. It's all set there. He's got all the information that he needs. He's just waiting for the first pin to drop. And if Trump doesn't make it to the end, then either way they're all losing.
The dominoes will start
The
falling.
dominoes are still going to fall. The question is the first domino an orange one or is it not? That's what these. But they're pooping in their pants. They're all wearing diapers.
Yeah.
It should be. It should
Thank
be.
you, Dancing Warrior. It's a timing thing. It's totally a timing thing. He's like, be patient, because he did this grand jury, and it kept extending it and extending it. He's done it all in front of the judge. He's done all the work. He's got the agreements from those that are going to testify. He's just waiting to drop, the indictments. And the more people talk, the more corruption comes out. The corruption is growing. And he's ready to drop, everything on him. I do see, like Lena was alluding to, like target letters or something with that hermit shining a light through communication on people, like you're a target. So I think he will send out some sort of target letters to a few people to shake them up. And then he starts moving into action with indictments and taking people down. So my feeling, just from how many cards I pulled, will he speed him up because of the delay? Not really. He's always been on this timeline. He's always been, I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do this. You know.
Yeah.
So I still think before the election we're going to see some other indictments from him.
Oh yeah.
Well, I hope he gets on with it, because the first thing that's going to happen is there's going to be a huge delay when they all claim speech and debate clause, and you can't touch us. So that whole thing's going to have to be taken care of before we can even get to the actual. Yeah. CC Ryder, I'm sorry, I just want to point out, because it kind of disappeared. CC Ryder's putting out breaking news, MSNBC and the New York Times. Trump asks for an August 12th classified documents trial date. Jack Smith asks for July 8th classified trial date, and this would delay Chutkan's case. Trump asked for an August 12th classified.
So he's going to keep moving the date around to delay, which is his tactic.
Push it back, push it back, push it back, push it back. Yeah.
Which causes all the other judges to have to scramble.
God.
So, okay, final question for leap year. Where is Trump next leap year?
Gonna be
2028. Where is Trump in
I think he
2028?
quantum leap.
Where is Trump in 2028?
G cards.
Oh, that's a business.
What card is that, Vicky?
Source.
Oh,
Source. He's back home. Yes, even he gets to go there.
Oh,
tickets to the park, as we say.
they fixed the toilet on the mothership. They're ready for him to board. Interesting.
That's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Oh, he did. What is that cult where they all wore the Nike shoes and then poisoned themselves? He just made y'all some shoes.
Wasn't it Branch Davidian? No, that was different.
No, it was
It was
Applegate. Was it the Applegate thing?
Something Heaven's Gate.
Heaven's Gate. That was
And the
it.
guy's name was Applegate, wasn't? Maybe not.
Yeah,
I thought there
that
was an
sounds
apple
about
in
right.
there somewhere. Maybe I'm just hungry.
I don't see. I try not to read on my channel, and just kind of it'll happen when it happens. I will say that wherever it is, he's not going to be fancy free. I've got justice, and then I've got the world, and going off by himself. So I pulled some more cards, and the first one I got was a Ten of Swords. So I would say that wherever he is, he's not golfing. That's all I'm saying.
I've heard you can golf there.
He can't. He maybe he could. I'm just saying. I
mean,
think
Ivana's golfing, so maybe he will be.
Maybe he'll actually learn how to golf there.
No.
She's there all the time.
Put Trump at the 19th hole.
What hole is she in? What hole?
He's
is
at
she
the
in?
first hole.
First hole.
Oh, that's kind of disgusting in a way, right?
More than disgusting. Okay.
Wherever he is, he's not happy about where he's at.
Yeah.
And he's doing what he always does, which is coming on to women, and it costs him money.
Probably.
Yeah.
I have got. Oh, I'm sorry, honey. I'm sorry.
Just
I'm just looking at
disruptive.
these cards. Like, I don't know if he's still around. Here's like by himself playing with a spinny toy. The spinner probably throws lights out. 7 of Cups, so that could be,
no, no.
not good. Not good. And the Star. Maybe that's the way. That's how he wants to be remembered, or that's going to be his. I don't know. He's just playing with
A
stuff.
celebrity.
Yeah.
Probably he'll sit in a mental institute. I'm a celebrity.
Yeah, totally. And they're all rolling their eyes and sliding
Yeah.
off their chairs,
Yeah, they do.
So what I got was, thanks to Truth and Justice, the devil is here, and as we know, chained up, because he gets the 4 of Wands, which is usually home. But if you look in this deck, the elephants, home has bars on it to keep the elephants in. Which I think is an interesting concept for this question. So it might be home detention with a Yeti special bracelet, like
wherever home is. A little one-room shack in Florida. What you getting,
not
Lori?
going to cut it for a Queen's boy. I think it'll be an upmarket facility.
I think wherever he's going, he's going to have plenty of time for a spiritual review.
Yeah.
Plenty of time to think. Spiritual enlightenment. 3 major arcana.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay, Johnny, what you got?
There will be a book about him around that time. Thank you, Rosebud. There is a lot of community around him as well, so the MAGAs are still there. But it's a new person is coming out and doing the speaking for him, though. There is a lot of imbalance within the family dynamic as far as his children goes.
Yeah.
There is some separation of celebrity, so he has fallen off. I think there's a new Trump by that time. He has this is the card for disease, and then this is the card for confused thoughts. Yeah. So I'm not going to diagnose him with dementia or frontal temporal or Alzheimer's or anything like that, but that's what this would say. So there's something around that time where he has taken a very, very, very steep decline. Word of warning is the thoughts are not quite contained. They are racing all about as they are now. And so we'll see.
Yeah. He ain't right.
Did everybody go?
Just before we go, Star and Flurry Tarot says, any chance you'll share the decks you're all using?
They're in the chat.
I don't think Dr. Vicky went. Did you go?
No.
Yeah, the source. He's back
The
with
source.
source.
That's right. That's right.
He's back with source. Yeah.
I'm using the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot, which is basically a Rider-Waite with old world coloring on it.
I'm using the Pulp Tarot.
Yeah, the Pope Tarot is good.
Yeah, it actually is hard to read, but it says the Pulp Tarot over and over on the back. But yeah, this is a great deck. Very appropriate. It's like mobsters or pulp writing, and it's very appropriate for this.
I love that. I'm using a bunch of different decks. I'll let you know as I go. The Bosch deck are the ones that are just comical. This is the, I can't remember deck, Jazz Tarot. Yeah, there's a bunch of different ones. As we move on, I'll let you know as we're reading.
Okay, and I didn't use them till the end, but the Legrand Circus Tarot, they're fun. I'm also working a lot with the Deviant Moon Tarot and my own deck, the One World Tarot. Laurie.
I'm using the classic Rider-Waite.
Yeah. Traditional.
Traditional.
Tried and true.
Johnny, which one of your 2,000 decks?
None of their business. I just use the regular.
Ah.
It's radiant, so it's got a different back than the
Mhm.
same thing.
Little
How many
brighter.
decks
I like
do
it.
you
It's
have,
brighter.
are you up to?
3 something.
Nice.
306, I think.
Wow.
What is that deck, Vicky?
This is the Hermetic deck,
Yeah.
right? And then this is the Illuminated Earth Oracle. I got it on
nice.
Etsy. The artist, she's the one who sells it, and it's
I
beautiful.
love that. I love
It's such
that
a
art.
beautiful deck.
Mhm.
She's from like the Seattle area, so it's got very Seattle colors.
I could see Johnny going, I don't have that one. I just-
A little smoke coming out of his ear.
I didn't want it. I've seen it before.
Thank you all for joining me on Leap Year. I just felt like it only happens once every 4 years. We should
Yeah,
do a
for
live
sure.
stream.
Oh, we'll see
Joining
you
me
next
in the
week
Leap
here.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, and thank you to everybody for the super
you.
chats and for everybody joining us tonight. We had almost 1,400 in here at one time on a Thursday night, which is amazing.
Wow.
But thank you all so much, and we will see you tomorrow morning for Sacred Sounds of Coffee on my channel, and Sunday night for Petty Boots, and Monday night on Susan Lynn's channel with me and Johnny. And I think that's it for the next 4 or 5 days.
That's busy.
That's busy for me because I don't usually come on but once a week.
Right. So it's a bit hectic at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah, there's if I can do a little advertising, there's still space in my seminar in Portland, Oregon. If you go to my website, Healing Energy Seminar, that I'm leaving the booking open till my birthday, which is April 13th. So you have to book by April 13th to get a spot in that, and there's still some spaces available if you'd like to join us in Portland. And Johnny will be there also, so you can meet Johnny. Thank you all, and have a wonderful rest of your leap year.
Yes.
I wish I could be there.
Have
I
a
want to
good
go.
night's sleep.
Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Bye,
Bye bye.
everyone.
Thanks, guys.